Hello, friends, amigos, compadres, compandiendos, compatriots, comrades, Quasimodos, and assorted others. I start today's stream intent on making one thing very clear. Okay? Something that's pretty straightforward, but people seem to not quite get. There is a generation between millennials and boomers. Okay? It's the best generation of all, frankly. It's called Generation X. And I am among them. Okay? I am not a fucking boomer. Can we just get that out of our heads right now? I am 51 years old. I am textbook, square, straight in the middle of Generation X. After that Super Bowl show, all these news articles said, Super Bowl is halftime show for the millennials. Millennials have their day at the halftime show. Those were all Generation X people. Like, what happened to remembering about my generation in the world? I watched this video this lady made. And it was a nice video. I liked it. She said some nice things. Full of advice for me, as everybody else is, But, her advice was, maybe you shouldn't attack everybody. Yeah, well, maybe the sun shouldn't set in the west either, but... that's just how I roll, motherfuckers. Maybe I shouldn't attack everybody. I mean, the thing is, that is totally reductive of me at all. If in fact you accuse me of boomer thinking, it's like, in no way, shape, or form do I not think better than you. So, I don't know what to say about that, right? It's like, I don't care if you're a millennial and you think you're more aware in some ways, being a digital native and being more woke or something. Completely bullshit. I mean, my thinking is way, 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 way better. And it's not a generational thing, it's an Eric thing. So either way, wrong. Well, okay, I was just using the word as she meant it, which was, why don't I make nice with people instead of critiquing them on where they're wrong? And the answer is because that's not how I roll, He's like, make nice for a while until you're big and successful and then attack. No, that's deceptive. That's just not me. And it's not just Nicholas Watson that boomer thinking refers to a certain kind of thinking. This phenomenon I'm talking about occurred in the opposite direction too. So, in other words, they credited that halftime show at Super Bowl to millennials, even though there wasn't a millennial featured. They were all Gen X people. So, 6 dozen, 1 Wait, six one, half dozen another. Hi, Dark Sunshine. If I was born 7 months sooner, I'd be Generation X to shove it up your ass. Well said, sir. Well said. Very well said. See, I appreciate things like that, you know? Not everybody appreciates things like that, but I definitely do. Let's see if we can make this image a little darker. I took this wall picture myself. Let's see. Or maybe I can scroll it. I'll scroll it, that's what I'll do. There. Now it looks like I'm moving. Look, guys, I'm going that way. I mean, that way. Hey, Rachel. Well, the difference between you and me, then, is I'm a pampered degenerate who can think. And you know what, Rachel? I'm pretty sure you can think, too. Hey, Fly Guy, I am not a boomer, okay? You probably can't see this. But I was made in Mexico. That means I was made with the top quality components and know-how. With the latest in Adobe technology, I was made in Mexico. So much bird action going on in Arcadia. It's like I live in a goddamn aviary, I shit you not. And you know what? This is pretty smooth. It's pretty. That seam there is not too bad, you know? This is pretty good for a scroller. I'm pretty sure boomers don't actually say I am not a boomer. But I could be wrong. I need to refill my coffee. Okay, so my daughter was born in 1998. What does that make her generationally? Okay, fine, I'll pick a different wall. You know, I could pick a different wall. I got a lot of wall pictures yesterday. I got more wall pictures than you can shake a stick at. I mean, I don't mean to presume to know how many wall pictures you can shake a stick at. That's fair if you want to critique me on that. That's a fair critique. Okay, hold on. Let me stop scrolling that for a second. Let me get rid of this. There, okay. Okay, so Fly Guy, it doesn't work like that at all. You've got the whole mechanics of generational math wrong. RONG wrong. Okay? Gen X is the good generation. Everybody knows that. It's the generation that has specialness within its heart. What am I looking for? Oh yeah, better wall picture. Wow. Okay. How about this wall? Is this wall better? Let's find out. And let me get the backup plan. This wall. Alright, you want warmth? You want a warm wall? Let's try a warm wall right now. How warm is your wall? Is a question everybody should constantly ask. Oh, come on now. That's a warm wall. Don't deny it. Don't deny the warmth of my wall. Is that a warm wall? Hey, Jonathan Basanti, hey. I think you may have missed the central message of this live stream. Okay? I am not a boomer. I'm the cool generation. Now if we want, we could get the door in here. Like that. Is that kind of cool? That's pretty cool. Get the door in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Whew, you got lucky, Legends Fall. You got lucky. So what generation is my daughter? She's born in 1998. The reason the term baby boomers is what it is because after World War II, all the soldiers came back, got married, and there was a boom of births. And those are the baby boomers. Now, if you were born between the greatest generation, quote unquote, which is the ones who fought in World War II, and the baby boomers, then you're my dad's generation, which is called the silent generation. And the reason they're called the silent generation is because the people ahead of them generationally had done such a kick-ass job of everything that they didn't feel like they could really say anything, you know. So they kind of stood idly by and trusted the leadership in times when maybe they shouldn't have. The silent generation didn't object to the Vietnam War, they didn't object to the Korean War, they didn't object to McCarthyism. They're conservative, you might say. Or proponents of the status quo is another way of saying it, you know. It's like Gen X is best defined as a generation that said, fuck all this shit, let's just make stuff. It's a very spoiled generation, too. Not mine, though. That's what I'm saying. That's true, Dark Sunshine, except for mine. They just remain silent on it. So, I don't know, Jake Forrest. Since they remain silent, it's hard to say what their position was, isn't it? Somewhat difficult, yes. I want to share with everybody this amazing thing. Oh yeah. Look at that. This is hot. I mean, the silent generation weren't pussies. They were the soldiers in Korea and stuff, you know. They didn't think that they had good cause to distrust the leadership. I mean, look at this. Look at this. I've got both those ladies in this box. They don't really look like their pictures very much, but there they are. And how much did this cost? Oh, it's got an amazing backdrop to use too, right? Look at that. To film things in? That's amazing. $13 and something. No, I what I anticipate happening is that like Tiffany and maybe Perry will be hanging out in this house here, and then these two people will come in, and they'll have the names of their characters from the show, whatever their names were. I don't remember their names, but I'll look it up or something, and they'll say, you know, what are you doing here? This is my house. And Tiffany will be like, hi, yeah. Where, meow. And she'll be like, well, I guess you gotta hang out with her here with us for a little while. Do you have any almond milk? And then they'll all get drunk. They'll periodically come around, but they'll be like, you know, just kind of whining about shit and not ever getting any traction with anything. As the Mindy's Club gang will have successfully squatted in their house. So anyway, this lady made this video about me this morning, or yesterday or something, I don't know. Boba Fett gave me the heads up about it. She has like 3 subscribers, and it was a pretty nice video. She mostly had nice things to say about me, and then advice about how to make my channel more successful. You know how it goes. Everybody's got advice for Eric. But when they do have advice for me, I say, but look what I got. I got this. And they say, Eric, you're not listening to my advice. It was less than $14. That's the only thing we bought yesterday too. Talk about, I'll put the link here. Talk about a good deal, or a good outing in terms of spending money, right? Like, we spent almost no money. We got a lot of videos made. We got something cool for a little bit of money we spent. We spent more on lunch than we spent at the antique stores. At what's it called? Donahue's. Oh boy, Donahue's is the chicken place to go. If you're in Pomona, California, definitely go to Donahue's. by the time you're done paying, you've got your food and drinks right there. It was $40. That's why I didn't buy it. I would have bought it if it was $10, but at $40, I was just like, that's too much for a cool ashtray. Mindy's Club. First of all, Jake, it's with a K, okay? It's Mindy's Club. But they're in their, they're all in their early to mid to late 20s, except for Mr. Suit, who's in his mid 30s. Yeah, we have minimum wage. I'll tell you something, Rachel Gerard. Food prices are getting outrageous. Everything is... The price of everything is going up right now. Well, I get it, Dark Sunshine. What you've got to understand is that all the characters in Mindy's Club are finding themselves still. So it's not like I go into something like that with a clear vision, right? And yes, Tiffany will be difficult to understand for non-native English speakers, and sometimes for native English speakers, because she's mostly drunk all the time. Sometimes drunk people can't be really understood that well. But it's a fine line to walk, right? I want to convey that drunkenness. I also want it to be usually clear what she's saying. But she's like all of the characters, they're works in progress. They're finding who they are. I'm finding out who they are. Like, Tiffany and Mindy usually go with us to places, and like Tiffany went with us to McDonald's and to the store yesterday, and periodically, and she was sitting in the car with us, and periodically she'd make comments about things. It's like there's three of us hanging out, She'd say, "Why do I die? We're going to McDonald's, Tiffany." So that how all my mugs are? No. Do you want to try some Coke? Okay. This is boring. What do I die? Oh, Tiffany. No, I should have Tiffany's Club do the drive-thru. It was Winston's mom's suggestion. She said she read some statistic that product names and stuff with K in them do better. And she suggested Mindy's Club with a K, and I said, okay. And that's how it happened. Yeah. I could get Tiffany to do the... I have Karen. Karen's on the channel as well, For example, the most recent video of Karen she informs us that the producers allowed her to bring one item from home, so of course she brought her gargantuan bottle of dish soap. Mindy's not German. Mindy is secretly a sociopath, but Tiffany doesn't need to do drive-bys. Everything just goes Tiffany's way, you know? Like, people are always doubting Tiffany, but then, you know, then there is an almond cow come by. Well, see, Mindy's sociopathy can be explained in the following way. So, Mr. Suit tells Kevin to go talk to Mindy if he's got a problem with Tiffany thinking he's a horse and calling him horse. So, Kevin goes and talks to Mindy and says, you know, your friend keeps calling me horse. And, you know, I have a name. It's Randall. And Tiffany says, oh my God, Mindy, I just thought of a great name for my horse. It's Kevin. He says, I already have a name. You sure do have a name. It's Kevin. And then Mindy says, well, look on the bright side, Kevin. At least you don't have to worry about her calling you horse anymore. Of course, his name's Randall, you know. So, Tiffany knows all this. But Tiffany likes to sociopathically play along with Tiffany's stupidity. So that's why Mindy's kind of sociopathic. Mindy's also secretly... No. Tiffany insists that Kevin is a horse, and she periodically tries to feed him things that he doesn't want to eat. Like, there's a short where she tries to feed him hay, and he doesn't want the hay. And he's like, I don't want this hay. Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Is it still okay? Did I mess it up? Hopefully I didn't mess it up. Okay. So... come on, you guys, I'm hot. So... let me show this up here. Okay. Come on, you guys, I'm high. Here, eat it. Eat it butter. Why don't you eat it? I am not a horse, Tiffany. Okay. So, as you can see, Tiffany likes to try to feed her horse things that that Kevin or Randall doesn't really want to eat. For example, I am not a horse, Tiffany. How'd you get out of the stable? I'm just a sad guy named Randall who looks a lot like Godzilla. What are you doing here? I can't ride horses. Come on, Mommy's here. I said, horses lemons. How did you even push this over here, Tiffany? This lemon is bigger than you are. You won't grow big and strong if you don't eat your lemon. Tiffany, I don't want this lemon. Horses need a lot of lemons. I am not a horse, Tiffany. Will you get off of me? Tiffany, what are you doing? Oh, hi, Mindy. Come on, eat his lemon. And you are? I'm cooking it for him, obviously. Okay, so I don't know why I got off on this tangent of how Tiffany's trying to feed his horse things, but those are the kind of things that Tiffany tries to feed Kevin. And of course Kevin doesn't want, and Kevin's not even named Kevin, his name's Randall, but he's very frustrated at this point. Because Tiffany just will not listen to him. But it's very frustrating to me because some of the very best of the Mindy's Club shorts get zero attention. It's like, of the recent ones, I got some great recent ones that got like 2 views, 0 views, 1 view, that should be like the more popular ones in my opinion. Like, okay, this. I
think this is a coin-operated telephone.
Don't put ridiculous money. This is fair. I can't figure out how to get any money out.
I think this is a coin-operated telephone.
Don't be ridiculous, money. There's no such thing. Well, man, I found this ATM, but I can't figure out how to get any money out of it.
I think this is a coin-operated telephone.
Don't be ridiculous, money. There's no such. Oh my god, I cannot believe they do not even have regular Chips Ahoy. Oh my god, I cannot believe they do not even have regular Chips Ahoy. This thing totally reminds me of that one time that I woke up in Vegas, but then realized I was at an Indian casino. Except, like, this thing is way bigger. This thing totally reminds me. Okay, I know I'm not really one to talk, but that guy needs to put some clothes on. Okay, I know I'm not really one to talk. This guy's underwears are uncomfortable or something? Sorry, Mindy, you like looking at the puzzle too.
Shut up, Tiffany. I'm looking at the horse.
This guy's underwears are uncomfortable. Well, this looks like an interesting puzzle.
Tiffany, get off of that thing. It's gross.
See how this guy's jumping rope here? Climb down his utterance so I can stab it in the head.
Tiffany, get down from there!
You're lucky we had to go, only cow. Climb down his utterance so I can stab. Oh my god, this is the biggest almond cow I've ever seen. I just couldn't figure out how to kill it. I'll get as much almond milk as I could ever want. Okay. So the thing is, Tiffany's into dudes. She just doesn't get that that's a playgirl puzzle, but she's a devoted girlfriend to Perry. Actually, she would never cheat on Perry. In fact, she objects when in the butt sunning arc when Sasquatch touches her butthole, trying to figure out what she's doing. She says, "Hi, not call Scotch cat. Just because you're a cat doesn't mean you can touch my butthole." So, yeah, she's Perry's girlfriend, and she's a good and loyal girlfriend, but she's also extremely naive in some ways. But like the very first meeting between Perry and Tiffany went like this. Tiffany was lying on the floor, and Perry said, "Gosh, Tiffany, you're a real swell girl. A lot of girls don't even give me a chance because of the way I look." And then Tiffany, "Oh my god, I'm so hungover. Ew, what are you? Please tell me I did not go down on you last night." That was their first meeting. And Perry doesn't sound old, he just sounds like this. He's got kind of an ordinary voice because he's kind of, gotten the short stick in life. After all, he's got Tiffany for a girlfriend. But Tiffany weighs the pros and cons. On the one hand, you are all slimy and gross. But you do have these things on the back of your head. And you give amazing shoulder rides. She's also indicated that the gross and slimy part of him ends here and begins again at the knee. So it's fine. Am I proud of you? No. I have no opinion about whether you should do an edible or not. I don't particularly like edibles, and people who aren't experienced with them will often have bad experiences. Like, gosh, I wish I hadn't done that. That kind of bad experience. I got this kind of Americana video that I was thinking about turning into short to upload to GWFP. I'll show it to you. It's I know it's ridiculous, but every time I see in Rachel's email, like something like New York City singles meetup or whatever from meetup, I go, ooh, that New York City's trying to steal my girl.
God bless America, land of the free, home of the brave.
What do you think? Do you think that'll do well as a short? It might, you know. I'm going to try and see if it does well as a short. Because it's not like it's saying anything or doing anything or really worth anything. But it's the kind of thing people might like, you know?
America. God bless. God bless America, land of the free, home of the brave. God bless America, land of the free, home of the brave.
There. What do you think? What do you guys bet? Is that going to do well on the feed or poorly on the feed? Is it going to make the short speed? That place your bets right now, you know?
Bless America, land of the free, home of the brave. God bless America, land of the free.
What should I title it? I want to get your, it's not going to be exceptional regarding views. What do you think I should title it to maximally attain views? Granted, it doesn't do much, but it is full of very, like, symbolic symbols or something. By and large, Americans are pretty simple in their patriotism. It's not as complicated a subject as German nationalism might be. You know what I'm saying? Should I title it God Bless America, Land of the Free, or Home of the Brave? What do we think? I want opinions. We got three choices. Your choices are God Bless America, Land of the Free, or Home of the Brave. Or Symbol of Freedom. What about that? Something super patriotic. Where freedom reigns. Okay, fine. You guys are no help. I'm going to put land. No, I'm going to put Home of the Brave. I guess I just put God bless America. Can I publish a short while I'm streaming? What would happen? Is that going to be a problem? I don't think so. I'm going to say no. Everything explodes. That's exactly what happens after one of those kind of things, right? So, you never know. I mean, the thing is, like, of all the videos I made with Mindy and Tiffany yesterday, the best ones are probably the Playgirl ones. The ones where they're on top of a Playgirl puzzle. But those got almost no views. So, you know. But of course, it's sometimes things get views late. So it's hard to say for sure. But what I really want to happen is for I'm Rich, I'm the Best to get onto the Shorts feed. It's gotten a good amount of views as a long form video, but it hasn't gotten on the Shorts feed yet. If it doesn't, I'm going to try to make another one of those with Devin on Mindy's Club. I've got it set up. He's with some trophies and stuff. It might work better, so I'm going to try it again, you know. I tell you now, my wild, sweet beloved, the call is from me, urging you to open up to a bigger world. Trust me and relinquish logic and control. I will not fail you. Well, that's cool. What's that from? Something special. Oh, you want me to manifest things, Dark Sunshine? Yeah, I try not to do that too much. I have done it once recently, and probably like the only time I've ever done it. I was watching this paranormal show, and there's this guy describing how he really tries to open himself up to and reach out to and manifest the engagement of extraterrestrials, and that's why he sees so many extraterrestrials. And so I said, okay, I'm opening myself to high strangeness. And it was that very day that the purple dots arrived on the driveway. Coincidence? The mysterious purple dots? Or is high strangeness talking to me? Because I opened myself to it. It is high strangeness, so it's always going to be a little bit mysterious, necessarily. Definitionally. I just couldn't believe the price on this. That rad ashtray was $40. I wasn't going to get it, but under $14, $13.86 or something like that. What? In the box and everything? Unopened? And look, there's the whole gang. All of our friends. Remember them? There's Mary Kate and Ashley. There's John Stamos. There's Bob Saget. There's that blonde guy and that brown-haired lady. There's that other lady. So, I mean, the bottom line, Dark Sunshine, is this. Think about those purple dots and tell me there are no aliens. I don't think so. I know that movie, C.J. O'Connell. I am very familiar with that movie, but from a long, long time ago. It's alien spaceship poop is what I'm thinking as well. Or maybe it's dimensional travel leftovers. It's the exhaust from dimensional travel, I'm thinking maybe. So one of those things that lady said was too many live streams. And another thing she said was, sometimes he's a little bit of a boomer, you know, or whatever. But I'm like, I am not a fucking boomer. Not that there's anything wrong with being a boomer, but it's just, why does everybody forget about my generation all the time? There's a generation between millennials and boomers, okay? It's called Generation X. It includes me and a couple of other people. It's a small generation, but at least we deserve to have a name and be acknowledged as existing. If you're going to talk about generation stuff, just don't pretend like we don't exist. Yeah, I like generation. I think generational shit's bullshit too, but I mean, there's some element to it. It's basically like, it's like this. I mean, it's breaking down is the bottom line. It's breaking down. But the idea of generations is, what are the kids like? What are the young adults like? What are the early middle-aged people like? What are the late middle-aged people like? What are the early elderly like? What are the late elderly like? And so they do have some similarities, but much less so than it used to be. So it used to be that people kind of stuck with their generation's tastes and stuff like that. But with the advent of the internet, that's all really started to change. There's nothing preventing me from being just as relevant as anybody else. I have access to the full set of information, and I'm intuitive, so, you know, I don't have to be burdened or hamstrung by a limited set of input defined by my schooling years or something, you know? Where are my glasses? Glasses. Oh, glasses. Well, lost forever, I guess. I can feel it. There's a little hair right here. But I can't see it because I don't have my glasses. Did I get it? I tugged it but it didn't come out. Oh no, I broke it off part way. That's the worst thing you can do. You know, if I didn't vigorously police the top of my nose, I would have a full beard on the top of my nose. It's true. How weird would that look? then people would say, ew, what's wrong with Eric? Why does he have a beard on his nose? And I'd say, boo, I'm so ashamed of myself. Everybody teases me and calls me Nosebeard. Winston's mom, I want to thank you for the hat, which I was wearing last night, which means, of course, I left it inside the house. So I can't put it on at the moment. I'm disappointed with that nose haircut. I'm angry at myself. I'm frustrated. I'm cross. I'm angry. I know better, and I didn't apply what I already know and should have applied, which is the following. Eric, you can't get your hairs on your nose without your glasses. Why even bother trying? But where are my glasses, I ask. They've ran away. They've run away. Why did they run away? Maybe they don't like me. Jake, I like that confidence. Uh-oh. I think we got some big problems in Little China. Yep. We do. Anybody ever see that movie, Big Problems in Little China? I believe Short Round was in it, maybe? Or the kid who played Short Round, was he in it? Whatever happened to that guy? Let's find out whatever happened to Short Round. Let's Google it. Kurt Russell, I believe, was in Big Trouble in Little China. What a vigorous leading man he was. Okay, whatever happened to Short Round? Ki Hui Kwan. He still looks like Short Round. Look at that. Okay, I'll pull it up so everybody can see it. You guys want to look at some Short Round right now? Let's look at some Short Round. Look, I can still say, hey, look, it's Short Round. Short Round is the greatest, the greatest name for a character, isn't it? It's, wait a second there. Short, round. Those are both adjectives. You know what I'm saying? Can you do that for a name? 2 adjectives? Short and round? Oh, he's the same age as I am, pretty much. Let me just say, Short Round, I think you did a fantastic job being Short Round. He was Short Round in this. He was Data in the Goonies. and he was in head of the class from 2 seasons. He had a lack of opportunities in the late 90s. Went on to work as a stunt coordinator and assistant director until he returned to acting as Waymond Wang in the film Everything, Everywhere, All at Once 2022. He's Vietnamese. Quan became a child actor at 12, starring as Harrison Ford's sidekick, Short Round, in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. The casting director auditioned children at Castellar Elementary School, which included his brother. In 1985, he starred in The Goonies. The inventor Richard Data Wang. He played a pickpocket orphan in the 1986 Taiwanese movie It Takes a Thief. In 1987, in the Japanese movie Passengers, with the Japanese idol singer Honda Minako. He played Sam on the short-lived TV series Together We Stand, and played Jasper Kwong in the sitcom Head of the Class. He starred in the movie Breathing Fire and had a small role in Encino Man. In 2018, Quan was inspired by the success of Crazy Rich Asians to return to acting. The same year, the Daniels began casting for their film Everything Everywhere All at Once. They struggled to cast the actor for Waymond Wang, who would appear as 3 separate characters in the film. Co-director Daniel Kwan later stumbled upon Kwan on Twitter. 2 weeks after getting a talent agent, Kwan received a call to audition for the film. After landing the role of Waymond Wang, Kwan received a supporting role in Netflix Finding Ohana. Kwan approached director Jude Wang after overhearing her describe the film as The Goonies meets Indiana Jones. And he has joined the cast of the TV adaptation of American-born Chinese for Disney+. Well, good for him. I'm happy for Short Round. I'm glad he's back in the game, making shit, being successful, being a winner in the game of life. Good for him. Good for you, Short Round. You'll always be Short Round to me. I don't care what your name is. I think that's fair, too. Hi, Maddie Sanchez. My husband is a boomer and I'm a Gen X. My son is born in 2010. That's Gen Z. That's late for you to have a kid, Michelle Way. My kid was born in 1998. 12 years sooner. Chill out, Mac Daddy. I just got my new bottle. I'm putting up periodic videos talking about the progress I'm making. I've got a good, clear vision now in terms of where I want to start as the top level architecture of it. And, you've got way too many exclamation points and question marks there. It's going to take a little time, okay? Have a little patience. I don't have a team of elves who make my shoes for me while I'm sleeping at night. Well, you know what I like to say. Club ENTP can suck on my pee. Oh, that silly lady. It's like people don't really get it, you know? Melissa talks. She's like engaging with her audience as though it's full of ENTPs. That because she's an ENTP, she's talking to ENTPs about what it's like being an ENTP, and it seems like the participants in the channel are all going along with that basic premise, right? And then the idea of a club of ENTPs is itself kind of a strange notion. Around here is as much of an ENTP club as you can really get because, you know, there's CJ, there's me, there's Jake Forrest, and a few others maybe pop in occasionally. But mostly ENTPs are doing their own thing. They're not hanging out at somebody else's thing all the time, right? And besides that, it's not like I understand that making this kind of statement is inherently kind of provocative, but ENTPs are much more rare than people think. Real ones, you know? We're just not very common. It wouldn't surprise me if an accurate demographic study would reveal that ENTPs were the most rare type even. Which makes some sense, right? What do you need the fewest of? What does society need the fewest of? ENTPs. Because ENTPs are like INTPs but troublesome. Useless and troublesome. How many useless, troublesome people do you need? Frankly, I think INFJs would enjoy losing the title. No, but it's not me making an evolutionary argument. But one of the things that made me feel like I'm ready to start working on my first class, my first formal video class of defensible typology is I'm gonna compare a variety of paradigms and show how they I'm gonna introduce the concept of agent subject object via a comparison of paradigms like this. So if you look at thoroughbred racehorses, you see a progression in if you look at the family trees and stuff, right? You get a progression, presumably, from horses that are less adept at this particular task, namely racing, and the mean goes up, like, because the best horses keep breeding more than the worst horses. So in other words, there's pressure on the genome, and in fact, presumably, the average horse is faster than the average horse used to be, presumably, right? And what's not really explicitly made clear there, but is obvious, is the agent. So, in other words, the subject is the people breeding the horses. The objects are the horses. And the agent is the person judging the success of this process, and or the concept, the teleology behind it, which is we want to optimize these elements of our racehorse. Now, of course, ultimately, this ends up weakening the racehorse's genome because it's putting pressure on the genome to be too much of a specialist. And that's to say, it's putting adaptive pressure on the genome beyond that which would naturally occur, and also pressure on the genome that doesn't correlate with in a way in which more robust expressions of the genome link to more robust reproductive things. Additionally, there's an unnatural ability for one stallion to mate with thousands of different mares that wouldn't occur in the wild, right? So, what I mean by genome is when we look at the genes of a horse versus some other species, there's a map of their genes that's distinct to horse, that all horses have, that things that are not horses are distinct from. Now, that's what I mean by genome. Okay, so it's the commonality of genetic map that each individual of a species shares, that's distinct from an individual of any other species. Okay, so the point is this. If you look at the concept of evolution in terms of architecture, what we see is building methodologies becoming both more automated, more complex, and more standardized. So, and in general, they've been standardized in ways that limit harms from buildings that fall down or whatever. So, like, now you have to have rebar so your building doesn't collapse as easily. Now you've got to have fireproof roofs so that you don't have a conflagration burning down your city because Mrs. Whatever's cow kicked over a thing, you know. Mrs. O'Leary's cow. You know, Mrs. O'Leary's cow was not to blame for that. It's a lie. It's propaganda. Mrs. O'Leary's cow was entirely... Okay, so, look. Perfect. Horace Mumbler points out, in fact, racehorse times have not gotten better in the past 100 years. So, the agent is saying our teleology here is not working. Okay? In other words, we anticipated we could breed for better horses, that by picking the children of the horses that were the winners before, that we would gradually, that as individuals, we would end up with a better horse than if we just picked randomly. And there's an agential presumption that this is what the outcome should be, right? But the agent says, you failed to succeed on my criteria, okay? So that's an example of a mostly non-explicit agent, which is to say, if you look at it big picture, yeah, it never really gets looked at that much big picture because every instance of it is small picture. Some individual choosing a horse because they think the parents make a big difference, right? So, now we go to psychology. Unlike most other paradigms, including something like evolution, with biological evolution, the agent that's implied is the genome that has a purported interest, right? And that doesn't make it's a metaphor, but there is that metaphor to fill that role. There has to be something to fill that role, is the point. In psychology, we've got a situation where in each of these different productions of psychology. Call it a theory, call it an explanation, call it a whatever. It projects under an assumed implicit paradigm of some sort, whether it be medicalization, whether it be explanation, whether it be description, whether it be prediction. So it's like if I'm talking about you should put these boobs and this cat in your thumbnail. That's a psychology thing. That's prediction and behavior are the implicit frames, right? That the behavior of the people can be predicted by something I know about their psychology. That when you have boobs and or animals in your thumbnail on shorts, they seem to do a lot better. At least the ones that get suggested that have like 1 billion views or whatever, those ones always seem to be of a girl whose clothes are about to fall off, or an adorable animal, or both. So I'm thinking, okay, how can I get some titties and some animals in my thumbnails? Is Rachel here? Rachel, that brings to mind, maybe what we should do is have you show some cleavage and just put Tiffany right in your cleavage and just have her say, it's just like an up close of your cleavage with Tiffany sitting between your boobs, and just have her say, I can't believe it. I have to sit between your boobs just to get any views around here. And see how it does. I bet you it'll fucking blow up. Thing is, Jake Forrest, there's no substitute for truly amazing cleavage. I don't. Rachel and I don't play let's exploit Rachel's body for channel success, but believe me, she has the assets to exploit. Okay, I mean, I'm talking about bam. Not something I'm not a super biological guy. I'm not all into physicalities and stuff and reducing people to things like that, but I mean, let's not lie to ourselves here, okay? We're talking about heroic. But I think it's a great idea. I mean, it doesn't even have to show any of Rachel except her in a low-cut shirt, right? With Tiffany just sitting right there. And Tiffany says, I can't believe I have to stoop to sit in between your boobs just to get some views around here. Right? That's a pretty good short. I think that short would do well. Yeah, we could do between mine too. I could have like a V-neck shirt on. I am so A-cup though. Now it doesn't work like that, Jonathan Bassani. Everything's got to be big and bold because the thumbs for shorts are already smaller. So if I'm a boomer, then you're a chimpanzee. Okay? You're a chimpanzee, okay? But we still have Big Trouble in Little China. I'm going to see if Rachel's down for that later. I'll talk to her about it. I think it if we get it just, we set up the tripod, get it set so it's just right in frame, right up close, nice and crystal clear. Is it? There's no way to know whose boobs they are anyway. Really, one might presume they're Rachel's boobs. I'm not going to put a name tag there that says these are Rachel's boobs. Could be my mom's boobs. You don't know. Could be Lou's boobs. Could be Boba Fett's boobs. Well, I guess his would be a little browner. Could be CJ's boobs. Could be my butt cheeks for all you know. Yeah. Well, now you think you know. Till my clever photography trick proves us wrong. It's all in the camera angle. Yeah, we still have Big Trouble in Little China. I think we all know what that big trouble is. It's the biggest trouble there can possibly be, frankly. Just about. Well, it's a toss-up between the trouble I'm currently having and nuclear war. One of those two is the biggest trouble a person can have. But it's hard to say which is bigger of a trouble. I'm trying to grow. Every night I say, I must increase my bust. The thing is, you can't make your thumbnails for shorts. I mean, you can, but it only applies to them as long-form videos. So people can watch shorts as long-form videos, and if you do, you get it in a long-form video, like, yeah, right? If you, thank you, darling, I appreciate that. If you see a short in a shorts format, then you're scrolling down to the next one, scrolling down to the next one, scrolling down to the next one, and it'll go on loop until you scroll down, right? If you watch it on a long form video, then it just plays as a long form video once and that's it. And so on the main channel, no, it's and prevent these tools from rust. Jake Forrest. I must increase my bust to generate more trust and prevent my tools from rust. Because everybody knows that a hardy bosom prevents iron from rusting. Winston's mom, that's not the sort of game I want to play, okay? That game's a little too swingery for me. But I do want to implement my plan. Maybe if Rachel's not down, maybe I can convince Delilah to do it. That'd be good too, you know. I want to take advantage of, when I can, my own resources, you know, rather than trying to green screen. It'd be more effective than green screening or something. All right, well, we'll do that today, Rachel. Okay, and we'll make sure it's all you can. It's all above board, like, you know, right at the exact right edge of enticing but tasteful-ish. Nothing like a little exploitation. Well, for example, I've got this background here is a nice wall. I previously had a wall as a background that I got from the internet, but I was in a place where I thought I saw some nice walls, so I thought I'd rather use my own resources. You know, I'd rather use my own pictures, I'd rather use my own music, I'd rather use whatever. And I'm not saying Rachel is my resources, I'm just saying I like things to be authentically us more than a compilation of things that Jake Forrest, I think that's putting too much any on this chocolate sundae. But I understand the inclination to do so, but I'm gonna let my NI kick in here and say, let's go pure. But Rachel, one thing I didn't mention on an unrelated topic, and I don't know if you noticed it or not, but inside of this thing is like a backdrop house. So I'm envisioning a storyline in which Tiffany and Mindy become squatters in this house, and these characters, whatever the names are, DJ and what's the other one name? I don't know. DJ and Stephanie, that they come home and say, what are you doing here? And anyway, they get kicked out. You know, these two girls do, not Tiffany and Mindy. So anyway, and then that's gonna be basically their house. They'll live in the Full House house, and periodically have to chase away DJ and Stephanie, who maybe will collude with Kendi in a grand scheme of things ultimately. We'll see if we can. Let's see if we can get them kind of a grimy looking house background to have to live in, since they've been displaced by Tiffany and Mindy. Let's go pure. Big naturals. It's like, you know, you don't gild the lily, as they say. You know that expression, don't gild the lily? It's not going to make it more attractive. It's going to make it, like, going to detract from the natural beauty. There used to be a couple of magazines that I was always fond of as an adolescent / young adult, before the internet really came into full being. Big Naturals was one of them, and Mamazons was another one of them. It's called Mamazons. It featured women with abundant, heaving bosoms. Mamazons. Would you get a look at those Mamazons? Oh my God, woman, you must really have some back problems. It was around that time that I came up with the joke. I like a girl who's got back problems because of her enormous tits. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Pretty good joke, right? I want baby to have back problems because of her enormous tits. That's a pretty good joke. Thanks for the happy birthday, by the way, Horseman Blur. I got the message on my message receiving telephone, as it's sometimes known. Hello, I am your message receiving telephone. You've got very specific tastes. No, it was 2 days ago. Jonathan Basanti says, I like a lady with man hands, tiny breasts, but extremely long nipples like shoelaces. These are very specific tests. They didn't know what about the panic would be, but predicted that a secular crisis in 2020, in keeping with the established historical pattern. Who's the? Oh, you mean that link you sent me? Okay. Yeah, I'm 51 years young. I'm like a babe in the woods, tied to a fetus in a womb that's attached to a zygote that's connected to a sperm and an ovum. That's how young at heart I am. I'm younger at heart than Heart Young Heart, the winner of the Young Heart contest. So much wisdom for such a young age. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Well, I've been compiling it. I've been putting together a big display case full of wisdom. So that when people come around and be like, hey, look at all this wisdom. Each of these bricks represents 1 metric ton of wisdom. The door, that represents, the box in which all the wisdom is held. I'm purposefully younging every day. I really like playing with dolls. I'm discovering that about myself. That's one of the things I'm discovering about myself as I enter into my 50s, is that I don't need real kids. Like Rachel and I can just have Tiffany and Mindy be our kids, and they can go places with us, and they say things sometimes and involve themselves in our activities. When they're not around, I miss them. Like, where's Tiffany? I like her dumbass comments she makes. It really feels like they're different people. It's like I'm going along and I think, I bet Tiffany would say meow, and all of a sudden she does. And she's like, why is this line taking so long? Why are these people dying? Well, somebody's got to be saying those things. Tiffany fills an important role, She gets to complain, have stupid expectations and demands, have things go her way, be treated like a little princess, and be just this drunken buffoon. She's like the drunk I wish I had been, That's okay. Do you want... When we got in the car last night with our... it wasn't Cokes, actually. That was some other day, but... We went to Baskin Robbins, me and Rachel, last night. We got what are called daiquiri ice freezes. A daiquiri ice freeze is not on the menu at Baskin Robbins. It hasn't been for many years. But it's something that used to be on the menu a long, long time ago. And, and I remember ordering it as a kid in the summer when I was super thirsty. But that you had to get it with the sparkly water, not with the Sprite. And so I went in there a little bit uncertain if they were even had all the ingredients or would know what we were going to talk about. But when we ordered it, the guy knew exactly what we were talking about. And made us a couple of them, and they were delicious. But we got in the car. We were both enjoying them, and then Tiffany suddenly chimed in. Aren't you gonna let me have any? I'm sorry, Tiffany. Here, what do you think? That's all right. It doesn't taste like almond milk, really, but well, it's non-alcoholic. You know, I don't like non-almond milk-alcoholic things. Okay, just stop. Got my $1,000 ready. Winston's mom, put your money where Eric's mouth is. What are you going to do with your $1,000, Club ENTP? I would play with action figures, except I choose to play with the dolls instead. So there's really no getting around it. Oh, no thanks. Appreciate the offer, though. I got these guys yesterday. Or was that the day before? Days get so mixed in together. Kevin's an action figure. The thing about Kevin that's particularly great is he's very, very posable. Like, because he's got a back tail to hold his balance up and stuff, and also that you can take the tail off, so you can use like walls and stuff as well as bouncing points. And you can bend him over, you can move his head to side, you can move his arms like different directions, you can shift his body in different directions. He's really posable. Now, the other thing that's really posable is Sasquatch, but I'm not worried about anything. Would you like me to check your TI right now? Let's do it. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not trying to prevent you from being an ENTP. I don't think you are one. But if you test out, you test out. But I would suspect you probably have a ringer nearby to help. I would suspect that's a possibility. So it wouldn't be a certain outcome, but you know. Let's see here. Club ENTP test. Okay. Now let me go to here. Settings, maybe. General. Trying to find the URL for this. What's his name again? Ah, there it is. Okay. I sent you an email invite to this Google Meet room. You're welcome to join me, and I can give you tests right now. Give you any tests. I can give you TI tests. Of course, you could have a ringer, but the ringer won't be able to fake the NE test for you. So we will be able to determine ENFP or ENTP at the very least. I mean ENXP or ESXP. I'm sorry, I'm not accepting guidelines from you, Club ENTP. I know you'd like to control the narrative, but I don't want to play that game. You don't interest me. I'm willing to type you, but do it now, or don't do it at all. Or, do it. Be willing and able to just say, okay, sure, I'm going to show up, I'm going to quickly prove what I can do, and that's it. Or don't. But don't fuck around. I'm not playing your games. It's ridiculous. I don't want you on my show. For fuck's sake. Why do you think I want you on my show? As I've indicated before, you don't interest me. Why would I want you on my show? If you want to prove that you are ENTP, you can do so, right? But it's not, I'm not going to go out of my way to make sure that I do it under your terms. No. It's ridiculous. The same test that I apply to everybody else, I am willing to apply to you under the same basic conditions. If you're not willing to take those conditions, if you're not willing to accept my offer to freely type and determine the matter for you right now, then you don't want the matter determined. I don't care if you're on my show or not. It doesn't matter to me. You are correct, Club ENTP, that the drama between you and me has generated a lot of views. But you're projecting why you YouTube onto me. Okay? It is true that if I had a bunch of drama all the time, if I engaged with people who are being purposely provocative in order to gain views, I could gain views that way. But that's just not how I roll. I mean, the bottom line is, I'm not going to cut, I'm offering to do it right now on a live stream. How am I going to cut out information from it? It's going to be on the live stream. Your excuses are all lies. It's like last time we tried to get you to come on and get typed. You had all these reasons why it wasn't a good idea. Because first it was because I was trying to hack you in some way by asking you to get me to Google me, for fuck's sake. And then when somebody offered a neutral Zoom room, you said, no, that's not good enough. It's only under your terms. Fuck off, dude. I don't have time for you. I got stuff to do. I'm playing with my dolls. I also got to do this defensible typology class, which I feel pretty good about my having clarity about the sort of order of operations and how you're going to go about doing it. It's always a tricky thing because when you're creating a big curriculum, to some extent you want to do an overview of the various sections you're going to cover, and you want to kind of break them down pretty carefully so you know where you're going, how much time to spend on various things. But you also want to get started on some initial chunk of it and kind of go coordinate the two things as you move along together. But you might make a basic architectural mistake and end up with like an awkward architecture of the whole curriculum that way. So it's a challenging decision on to exactly when to start building the actual classes versus when to for how much longer to continue working out the architecture of the mapping of the class, you know. Hi Alec, how are you doing? We're not beefing. Club ENTP just doesn't get it. It's like I don't want to play. I don't want to play your game. It's not fun. It'll get done. I'll work on it some more today. I'll probably get the first class basically done today. I want it to be good. I want it to be a good. Like, I want it to be robust in terms of its presentation of information, but I also want it to be attentive to audience experience. So I'm going to have, relevant slides. I'm going to be attentive to how much information and how much time. When you're teaching a class with an actual classroom full of students, you can kind of gauge the level of when their eyes gloss over, when it's time to move on to a different subject. And you can't do that with a video class. So I got to think about that a little bit, and make sure I try to pace the video as well. There's nothing for me to win or lose, Club ENTP. If you want to establish you're an ENTP, you are welcome to take advantage of my generous offer to type you, and I'll ask you these typing questions. Or any other person with strong TI and strong NE that we can establish has it. It doesn't have to be me. Horse Mumber could ask you the same questions and come up with you can get yourself successfully typed that way. If you don't want to, that's fine. That's you. You don't want to resolve the issue. Okay, fine. Don't resolve it then. But I'm not competing against you at anything. I don't know for sure what type you are until I actually execute the tests and you actually subject yourself to adequate scrutiny, and then I'll know for sure. So if you don't want to do that, that's fine. Don't do it. But shoot. The grown-ups are talking. There continues to be Big Trouble in Little China. I don't know if we've exactly articulated what Big Trouble in Little China is. Then don't ask for it. You don't need my validation, then don't ask for it. You want to come back on the show, but under your terms. But I don't want you to. I don't like you. Sorry. I would allow you to come back and engage with me, but certainly not under your terms. It's like I'm not asking to go on your channel. So why would, and if I were, why would I be insisting you accept me on your channel under my terms? And anyway, I've already done it under your terms, for fuck's sake. So just shoot. under your terms, you managed to successfully avoid the test questions that would actually determine your type. So congratulations, I guess. I don't know. Okay, I could do that to make it fair. You owned me on my own show. Well, you know, I've always said it is possible to fool me once. I do afford people the benefit of the doubt to assume they're being honest. So, you know, by being dishonest, you were able to fool me. Congratulations. If you haven't noticed, I've got a lot of stuff going on around here. It's not all popular, it's not all successful by a standard of views or money or whatever, but it is gratifying to do work that I want to do, you know, work that I'm proud of. Sometimes less so, sometimes more. I'm certainly not proud of getting fooled by you, but shit happens. Win some, you lose some, I guess. Which personality type would an INTJ collaborate with best when they were to program a very complex computer simulator? I mean, I think INTJ would probably collaborate well with me. I think you and I would probably collaborate well together. I had walls up behind me before, but I went out the other day to Pomona, and there's a lot of really scenical, picturesque buildings. I thought, as I said before, if I'm going to put up backgrounds and stuff, I like to use my own walls. The reality is, my aesthetics have gradually been getting better over the years, and one thing that was a bit of a breakthrough for me the other day was figuring out how to use the green screen in conjunction with shorts to which caused me to learn a variety of other things about OBS that have been helpful. But this kind of background I've had going for a while. I don't think it has anything at all to do with you, because I think I think about you and notice you a lot more than I do, but whatever. I don't care, you could think that. You're, you test the limits of my Christian goodwill. You know? I try to be a good Christian to some extent. In terms of being nice and stuff, but I don't know what to do with you. You can insist you're an ENTP all you want. I don't care. I think you're not. I think idiots will think you are, but, you know, idiots think idiotic things all the time. And the Pope's Catholic, you know. Let me make the camera a little bit wider so that I get whole guitar in. Even though you're going to see some non-wall background. I know. But we don't like the non-wall background, Eric. Going to the loaf, up mountain, going to the loaf, far from the city below. Going to the loaf, up mountain, going to the loaf, drive up this winding road, I'm in sunshine on the trees, far above the smoky city, mountain sunshine on those trees, mountain sunshine on the trees, far above the smoky city, mountain sunshine on those trees, going to the loaf, up mountain, going to the loaf, far from the city below, going to the loaf, up mountain, going to the loaf, drive those windy roads out the sunshine on the trees, far above the smoky city, mountain sunshine on those trees, mountain sunshine on the trees, far above the smoky city, mountain sunshine on those trees. Going to the loaf. The loaf's where it's at. There's a fella who seems to see some similarity between him and me. Calls himself Club ENTP, capitalizes each word he writes, and why it's not quite clear, it's not right, but that's what he does. And I wonder why. So anyway, this guy he is obsessed with I guess because he comes around and says can he be on my show. I guess I'm not sure why he would express himself thusly to me and assume that I share with he the motivations that he has for doing things, for getting views and being rad as he defines the term I guess, but that's not me and that's not what I want, unless you do not seem to understand why it is that I am not the man you is, because I'm not the same as you. As far as I can tell, there that much is true. You won't let me find out for sure. You don't want to be inured of your illusions of the self. You want to control the frame, or else you won't be able to kick the anthill away, and the truth will be revealed to you today in a most uncomfortable way. So true. says crap, just join me in that thing that they call Google Meet app. I'll ask you some TI questions, anyone's too, and we'll determine if I'm like you or me, or you like you, or you like me. I do not see, I cannot know for sure, because you're preventing me from assessing you. You might out-rap me, I don't know. It's conceivable, though unlikely. The ENTP says he can out-rap me. Can he improvise along as well when singing a song? I can't very well rap without a beat to rap to. But I'll tell you this much, here's some rapping crap for you. I'm rippity rapping, crippity crap up in this pickety package for your nuts. I'll put 'em in a vice, squeeze it tight, and you'll say uncle once, then twice, and finally I shall relent my crushing of you. Instead of removing you from the background, you'll be enstewed in a hall of fame for people who've had their nuts crushed in a vice. You'll have a nice bust put up there as reconciliation. Perhaps it'll make you feel as though you were on vacation from the harsh reality of having me crush your nuts in a vice. I know it didn't feel very nice. So here, let me offer you this bag of ice. That's how it'll go with the rapping too, you know. Of course, it's only gonna be on your terms, right? Okay. Whatever, bro. Whatever is what I have to say to that. That's what I have to say. Whatever. No, we need to see, we need to pen happenings down by a means who judge our logic to life we divisively unlike, and from which we'll rarely budge. People everywhere gather up, enemies outraged at how they miss a sign. How do they set their priorities? These foreign backstabbing entities, ensuing heartache and misery follow necessarily from their savage ways. Insulting, cursing, and Desiree, we're stuck with such petty larceny. We all partition the rectories and call it destruction of the whole damn world. Shares now her limits, hoping Julie will too. Jerry shares for 4 minutes. He just can't share things like they do. Julie always thought that she should have got to when she had the chance to buy. Julie always thought that she probably thought that she had to. because she'll die. People everywhere gather up, enemies outraged at how they miss a sign. How do they set their priorities? These foreign backstabbing entities, insuing heartache and misery, follow necessarily from their savage ways. Insulting Carson and Desiree, we're stuck with such petty larceny. We all partition the rectories and call it destruction of the whole damn world. Boom. That was pretty good. That wasn't too bad. On a scale of pretty good to too bad, that was more towards the pretty good end. Let's play. My ass. You call the storms. Where is the rain? Those drizzles don't count, I drizzle more when I pee in the sink, which is just the right height to catch all of the undesired splatter. When I'm done, I'll go outside and climb a ladder. I will go upstairs and take me a bucket and pour water inside. And I'll say, hey, Mr. Cloud, drop it from the bottom. Hey, Mr. Cloud, won't you drop it from the bottom? Hey, Mr. Cloud, drop it from the bottom on me. That was pretty good. That's a pretty good one. He's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive. Averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive. Averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that Gregory in disguise. He hates the lies, wants to confront the men, always telling them, but every time he tries, they only run and hide. Again he is denied the chance to yell at them. So now he's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive. Averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive. Averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise. He hates the lies, wants to confront the men, always telling them, but every time he tries, they only run and hide. Again he is denied the chance to yell at them, until the bridge brings a new approach. Sneakily he'll try to encroach upon the guilty, then perhaps he'll get the chance to yell at them. He's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that Gregory, in disguise, hands in his pockets, now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise. He hates the lies, wants to confront the men, always telling them, but every time he tries, they only run and hide. Again he is denied the chance to yell at them. Gregory in disguise. I don't think that's true. I don't think Club ESFP chased Rachel off the live stream. I think what's probably chased Club ESFP off this live stream is this successful execution of music. Which is likely going to elicit hateriness. Oh, he's still here. Hi, darling.
Hi, handsome.
Wonderful, wonderful kitty, having wonderful times. Always cleaning yourself, making sure you got clean lines. Wonderful, wonderful kitty, such a fabulous offering. And now it's wonderful kitty bedding time again. Just let me pet you, don't walk away. It's petting time, and wonderful, wonderful kitty, having wonderful times. Always cleaning yourself, making sure you got clean lines. But your wonderful kitty is a fabulousness I never encountered before. And I know that I want to pet my kitty some more. Just let me pet you, don't walk away. It's petting time, hooray! It's a good song. Like it. I like it with my liking bones. I don't believe I ever said that Rachel was off limits. I don't think she thinks she's off limits. I think she feels as though she made all the effort she could to avoid the fracas, and she got dragged in anyway. But that's fine. But I've never made a claim that she's off limits. Not the way you went after her, whatever extent. I don't know. Some kind of things are off limits. If you talk about her physical appearance, I think that's always off limits. You know, it's just not cool. But I guess if I'm going to exploit her for Mindy's club, then regardless, it's not cool is the point, you know. You can be cool or you can not be cool, and you're not being cool. And Gerald has a thought. Gerald has a lot. And Gerald has a plot. Get the margarine tater tots. He's got a good idea for a name-changing business. thinking now about what to call Christmas when they hire his firm to change that name. He'll always love to be chancing up to return to the work I left her up. He'd get back to it eventually, but his visions piled up and his plans would interrupt all the work that started off so hopefully. Now his mind is back on his business, thinking of changing fact list to list. So how all the people will shout his name. And Gerald knows he understands everyone more without. He won't provide explanation regarding the why or the how. He'll see you and know you from inside your heart. Exciting, delighting, Gerald plays his part. But Gerald still knew there's too much to do, and he drops time in the underview. Too much to rebut, so where now and what? And too much time spent nitpicking the skew with you. Gerald has a thought. Gerald has a lot. Gerald has a plot to get the margarine tasty spots. He's got a good idea for a name-changing business, thinking now about what to call Christmas when they hire his firm to change that name. Gerald has a thought. I don't feel any pretty good any to publicly shame Club ENTP. He's not doing anything here that is unacceptable, in my opinion. He's not getting himself kicked out. So you don't cross any lines, then you don't get kicked out. That's how it is. What am I going to play next? See if I can remember how to play this. I always fuck this one up. It was 100,000 million years ago. Time ran slow. Nobody yet to show. Place the slabs below. Let them go. They will let to grow. More years ensue and tears gnashing through. Unholy slabs coming to view. Unchangingly true and eternally new. Oh, when the soap appears in charge today, options at large show other ways. Fuck that song up right off the bat. I need to look at the thing for it. I can't remember it. Stupid Eric. You can't remember things because you're stupid.
You're not stupid.
Thanks, darling. You're so sweet to me. Everybody gets to be stupid in their own way, though. That's the thing.
It's true. You're right.
Including me. Yep. Everybody's stupid in their special own way. Hooray, 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 hooray. Alright, I'm going to play a different song. I'm going to play this one instead. Santa Ana from the east are blowing, driving down this mountain fire. So Grant and Atlanta had best be going, they'd cut it down to the wire. Everywhere apocalypse hung heavy, and the trucks piling up with ash. Atlanta got the dogs in the Chevy, and Grand Canada their petty cash. If times are ending, then time is bending. Flames rain down from the sky, while the dogs knock out with Grant exhausted. Atlanta stays awake to cry. 120 out, but Labor Day, and that means cooking meat outdoors. Guy got distracted and fire got away. Now from Bradford to Arcadia they curse his name. Fire chased them west and down the incline until they reached the foothills below. Found a room cheap for the night online. At least now they had someplace to go. Tomorrow they'd evaluate their options now that the life had burned away. Atlanta's sister has a place in Laughlin. Wasn't really any more to say. If times are ending, then time is bending. Flames rain down from the sky, while the dogs knock out with lamp engrossed. Granaways awake to cry, while the dogs knock out with Grant exhausted. Atlanta stays awake to cry, while the dogs knock out with Grant exhausted. Atlanta stays awake to cry. Well, one thing I'll tell you this, and I'm going to have to admit this. Club ENTP being here is making me play better. It's true. It's true. I normally don't care this much to perform these things well. I have to admit that. There's no denying it. Sammy has a story that need be told. This is a song for an open road, and such a thing must always do its job. She married up Jeb, turned 19, 4 years in and 3 kids weaned. Weary now and questioning the path. Agency out, paces discretion. Looking in our courses, way too young. Urgency conferred is really just depression, making sure those underneath them always run. Doug at 20 thought bourbon fun, and likewise Doug at 21 was so forth well up into middle age. What once had seemed to set him free became his whole identity. Now Doug's about another drunken bridge. Agency out, paces of fashion, locking in our courses, way too young. The urgency conferred is really just depression. They'll offer you incentives, but they haven't got a thing that's fun. Everybody's getting about the kids. Lock 'em up with extra dexedrine. Mathematics to produce success, or impose more unjust duress. Agency outpaces discretion, locking in our courses, way too young. The urgency conferred is really just depression, making sure those underneath them always run. Without consent, it's really just depression. While parasites contriving on their wages earned by lying, while they feed their fear of dying. Yeah, they feed upon the futures of the young. That went pretty well. Not everything will be perfect, you know. That's the truth. 30,000 days, too many expectations, not even worth a damn. 30,000 nights to sleep off the intoxication, otherwise you won't escape the plan. I've wasted half my days trying on others' ways. Who can tell me my priorities? Is there anybody knows the key? 'Cause I'm tired of doing it wrong. I want direction and have all along. Wait until I know. Or is that just hesitation? Clarity is no good once your chance is gone. What I need to show is it so below my station. I'm tired of doing it wrong. I've wasted half my days trying on others' ways. Who can tell me my priorities? Is there anybody knows the key? 'Cause I think I'm doing it wrong. Yeah, I think I'm doing it wrong. Yeah, I think I'm doing it wrong. Doing this wrong. Pretty good. Pretty good. I'm not so disappointed with that. I'm less disappointed with that than I am disappointed with the cat. Every life lived, every life lived. Oh, I'm singing the wrong song there. I'm gonna fix this right now. Here we go. When I was younger, it seemed that everything gleamed. I don't know what happened with me, but I've lost that sense of urgency, and I don't think that I'll ever see it again. And if you follow my lead, you'll discover I'm loster than you. And you'll want to know the way to get back out to wherever it was you thought you knew. And tomorrow will be just like today. I'll be lost then too. It's a matter of mood as much as a matter of will. And the things I do and the direction I point to still seem a part of me, though departedly. And I wonder if I'll ever see them again. Bum-ba-dee-da-da-dee-da-dee-da, bum-ba-dee-da-da-da-doo. Bum-ba-dee-da-da-dee-da-da-da, bum-ba-dee-da-da-da-doo. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Just like pretty wood. Okay. Moving right along. If you like moving right along, like I like moving right along, then you'll enjoy moving right along. Oh, what's the matter with Chad? Is he terribly bad? Is he very like Dan? Is a terrible man? Is he rather like Jill, who
can't pay her bill, or rather like Jack, too stuck on the facts. What's the matter with Sue? Will she know what to do if they bring attitude? Will she show ingenuity? She talks about you whenever we go walking. What's the deal with Bren? She's been living in sin. She's been hanging with Jim. He's looking terribly thin. What's the deal with Frank? Seeing fish from my tank. He's colluding with you, and they're talking to you. What's wrong with the ladies? What's the matter with men? From the feelings of Katie to the coldness of Sven. They talk about you whenever we go walking. Paths that lead to lesser days, to fill out the overwatered past. And whoever's left, it's still okay. Just tie the sails to the mast. Are you angry at Ken or Neville again? Don't bother with Kev, he's practically dead. Focus on Bert, he's medium hurt. Make me ponder with Liz, she fail a quiz. What's the deal with Drew? Will she know what to do if they bring attitude? Will she show ingenuity? They talk about you whenever we go walking. Paths that lead to better days, paths that lead to lesser days. Spit till out the over, spit till out the over. Everybody's left to still okay. Just tie the sails to the mast. 'Cause each of us has much engravely sent. Throw up the hands, stiffen the chin. Catastrophe looms heavy overhead again. Time's gone will never be again. Pretty well, considering it's just one person singing it, and it's really a song for two people. That's a song for two people. This song, however, is not necessarily a song for two people, although it could have two people. Alright, by request I shall play White Boy. Again, songs played here that are not my songs do not necessarily reflect my opinions, okay? This is a cover. I do not necessarily agree with the song or affirm with the song, identify with the song. I am myself fluidly transracial. Some folk call me a rambling man, 'cause I do a lot of thumbing and I kicking cans, but it won't do an answer good to call me names. My they would do. I wasn't born and raised in no ghetto, just a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. I don't want no handout, let me don't want any part of anything they're giving. Proud and white and got a song to sing. Well, I said a few things and I'll admit it. If you wanna get ahead, you gotta hump and get it. Just a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. I'm gonna find me a wealthy woman in a line of work that don't take no diploma, 'cause I ain't got much to lose but a lot to gain. Some might call me a good time fella, but I ain't no black and I ain't no yellow. Just a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. I don't want no handout living, don't want any part of anything they giving. I'm proud and white and got a song to sing. Well, I said a few things and I'll admit it. If you wanna get ahead, you gotta hump and get it. Just a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. a small town boy, been around a little, and I like guitar and I like the fiddle, 'cause that's the sort of soul takes to fan my playing. Blue-eyed Billy, beard and ready, I gotta work just to be somebody, just a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. I don't want no handout living, no want me to part of anything they give, and I'm proud and white and got a song to sing. Well, I said a few things and I'll admit it. If you wanna get ahead, you gotta hum and get it. Just a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. Said a few things and I'll admit it. If you wanna get ahead, you gotta hum and get it. Just a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. Well, I said a few things and I'll admit it. If you wanna get ahead, you gotta hump and get it. Just a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. Country western music, I guess, yeah. I guess you'd call it that. Country western thing. It's a bit of a country western song, yeah. Thank you, Dark Sunshine. I do play that song well. I noted that myself, like, even though I ain't a white boy, this song seems to come very naturally to me. Why is that? I could not figure out any answer. Now my own song is going to sound shitty by comparison. Oh no. Okay. Well, that's the risk you play when you play covers. The risk you take. I'll play this one now. That's too fast, maybe. Amelia, go from that place, take unto you the details of your case. Amelia, when you rise above, floating ahead and soaring like a dove, what will they say when they look at you, then moving sideways in the space you're in? Along with your thirsty grin. Amelia, can't you see that you and I will never be? Amelia, yet you're still free, with too much opportunity to leave out in the rain. Amelia, Amelia, we're watching you, fair for sure, no matter what we do. Amelia, when you rise up above, floating ahead and soaring like a dove, what will they say when they look at you, then moving sideways in the space you're in? Sidelong with your thirsty grin. Amelia, can't you see that you and I will never be? Amelia, yet you're still free, with too much opportunity to leave out in the, too much opportunity to leave out in the, too much opportunity to leave out in the rain. Amelia, well, that came out pretty good. That's probably the best I played a song like ever, maybe. I never nailed that song. I pretty much nailed it that time. So, good job, Club E and whatever you are here, for being here, because you're making me play better, even if you're not even here anymore. Or maybe it's just like all came together right now on that song, I'm not sure. Oh, came here with her. And what's the big problem that you can't endure? You seem so sure it's not appropriate claiming to blame things on Scott. Despite getting caught, he's got you reframing for him, straining for him, going to the gym to make yourself good enough again. Yeah, you guys both have lots invested. That's not a reason to stay around. Through the years you've both been tested. Time to move up, find higher ground. Oh, he came here with her. And what's the big problem that you can't endure? You seem so sure it's not appropriate claiming to blame things on Scott. Despite getting caught, he's got you reframing for him, straining for him, going to the gym to make yourself good enough again. Be done with him. Pika pika pow. And that song ends with the expression pika pika pow. You're living on a time frame I will never know. Alienation and humanity's soul. Imagine you a future after the collapse, returning to the urgency of isolated past. You're picturing community free of metaphysics, hunting buffalo while you're picking delicious. Knowledge of the seasons, wisdoms of old, fires blazing in the night to keep away the cold. Hostility is kept at bay by what you think is in the way of life as children of the land, with an agave weatherman, imagining a history that never could have been. You lecture at the college, advancement is a sin, lamenting disconnection and every corporate act, asserting all your feelings and ignoring all the facts. Hostility is kept at bay by what you think is in the way of life as children of the land, with an agave weatherman. You find modernity just so banal. Wish you had been born any time but now, and your experience won't run afoul of exceptions you might allow. You visualize nobility sipping on some port, or tribes of peaceful savages in beautiful comport. But few of history's people ever thusly did cavort, 'cause life was solitary, nasty, brutish, poor, and short. Hostility is kept at bay by what you think is in the way of life as children of the land, with an agave weatherman, with an agave weatherman. Well, that was slow but good. Slow, much slower than usual, but good.
We're getting the full set here today, huh? No good come from skating on with them whom you'd mistaken for the one. Habituated defense and indecency, like defense eventually once your search is done. Driving in the car last night, we had a massive fight, each insisting we were right and the other one to blame. So when you pulled that stunt, I screamed something awfully blunt. My words were as long as they were dumb. I've earned my share of shame. It's each of our own failings, not us doing the nailing to the wall. We fear so the others sailing off to reset their life and all. You can trust me, I can trust you, though now to trust ourselves much true. The love lays deep between you and me, at least about that we can both agree. Driving in the car last night, we had a massive fight, each insisting we were right and the other one to blame. So when you pulled that stunt, I screamed something awfully blunt. My words were as long as they were dumb. I've earned my share of shame. My share of shame. Well, that came out pretty good. I guess I'll play this one, even though Rachel really helps to have Rachel for this one, but it's okay. I'll manage without. I will manage without. Just brooding here won't do any good, but brooding's more and more my style. I seek the cheer ways of standing where we stood, 'cause I've been stuck here a while. That's despite a natural selfishness that makes it easy to have fun. But flutters in the gut become a fist as all my visions come undone. I tried to steam, distract, and dream the afternoon away, but heavy new realities bear down on every day, and for a bit I am out of it, for reasons still unsaid. But still I need get out of me what's inside my head. It seems like everybody's so sensitive and ready to just get mad. I seek the civil ways of living like a kid, 'cause who wants to be the dad? Who wants to be the dad? Have we lost our sense of scope and scale? Our capacity to laugh? The sense to know when not to wail, and how to tip the golden calf. I tried to stream, distract, and dream the afternoon away, but heavy new realities bear down on every day, and for a bit I am out of it, for reasons still unsaid. But still I need get out of me what's inside my head. And so I'm sad for me, I'm sad for her unhappily, and what you call sorrow, I call home. Blues that sink clear down to the bone, down to the bone. Still I'm sad, so sad for me, sad for her unhappily, unhappily. What you call sorrow, I call home. Blues that sink clear down to the bone. So that that song really needs two people, but it's fine that way, I guess. Oh well, he's pucker tart, lemon squeeze, the friendliest guy that you will see. Yes, he wants to be your friend, but he comes from around the bend, and it will be a while till he sees you again. He's pucker tart, lemon squeeze, he's a friend to you and me. He's international delight, favorite go-to right-hand guy. He's international like him, but he is also busy like his friend Beaver Bee. Busiest creature, busy as a bee and busy as a beaver, and so much busier than pucker tart, lemon squeeze. He pucker tart, lemon squeeze, shabba-doo-ba-da-ba-ba-doo-da. Pucker tart, lemon squeeze, shabba-doo-ba-day. Yes, he's pucker tart, lemon squeeze, shabba-doo-ba-da-ba-ba-doo-da. Pucker tart, lemon squeeze, shabba-doo-ba-day. And if you go to visit him for starts, remember to bring something sour or tart. He's not a fan of sugary treats because he's pucker tart and not pucker sweet. Well, he's pucker tart, lemon squeeze, friendliest guy that you will see. Yes, he wants to be your friend, but he comes from around the bend, and it will be a while till he sees you again. He's pucker tart, lemon squeeze, he's a friend to you and me. He's international delights, favorite go-to right-hand guy. He's international like him, and he is also busy like his friend the Beaver Bee. Busiest creature, busy as a bee, busy as a beaver, and so much busier than pucker tart, lemon squeeze. Yes, he's pucker tart, lemon squeeze, shabba-doo-ba-da-ba-ba-doo-da. Pucker tart, lemon squeeze, shabba-doo-ba-day. Yes, he's pucker tart, lemon squeeze, shabba-doo-ba-da-ba-ba-doo-da. Pucker tart, lemon squeeze, shabba-doo-ba-day. Pucker tart. That was a little sloppy. But, you know, sometimes sloppiness goes with the territory. Just like when you're making pornography. Presumably. I've never made pornography, but presumably sloppiness goes with the territory. I'm going to play this as my final song. It's a very cloudy day in Los Angeles. Today we run out of time. Struggles past, troubles still to come. The day is nearly done. Can someone buy us some more time? Cloudy day in Los Angeles. Cloudy day in LA. I'm no sort of evangelist, but I have something to say. Life can strangely be forgiving. It's those who stay awake all night, and mostly voices say given, they'll try to sap the will to find. But whether I'm supposed to be here or just be soon forgotten, noise is sort of based on what I see here and also on what I'm aboard. It's a very cloudy day in Los Angeles, and today we run out of time. Struggles past, troubles still to come. The day is nearly done. Seems we've bought us some more time.
Los Angeles, cloudy day in LA. I'm no sort of evangelist, but I have something to say, something to say. And that thing is cheese. That's the thing I have to say. Cheese. That's what you've been waiting this whole set to find out. What's the thing Eric has to say? Well, now you know. The answer is cheese. That's the thing I have to say. Leave that in the bottom. Bother sending him anything. Okay, so that was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
That was pretty good. I don't know. I don't consider myself either a guitarist or a singer per se. I consider myself a songwriter for first and foremost. Regardless, Big Trouble in Little China. I mean, I'm first and foremost an artist, right? Like, I'm attempting to make things that are separate from me, that aren't an example of Eric, but are independent of me after I'm done making them, right? Good aesthetics requires one to understand the stuff one makes as it exists outside of one's own experience, okay? So it's like, Club ENTP isn't serious about finding out what type he is, so it doesn't really matter whatever else he says, he's just being provocative. If he were serious about finding out his type, if he actually cared what his type was, he'd come let me ask him a bunch of TINE questions without a ringer or somewhere hiding in the shadows, without any, freaking, what do you call this shit, like, promotional pizzazz shit, Okay then, fine. So, why are you making a challenge or whatever? Because I disagree with you? Well, tough shit. Sometimes people disagree with you in life, right? Yeah, it's called ENTP. Exactly. Do you know about him too, Jeffrey?
Hey, Jeffrey. Maybe Tiffany should do the typing.
Would you like Tiffany to type you? Club ENTP? Would that make you feel a little bit better? Oh my god, what?
I hear her.
Oh my god?
She's with the other kids.
Yeah. Hi guys, that's my Tiffany. Sometimes it's like I wake up, I'm in this like plastic bag with like all these other people, and I'm just like, oh my god, how did I get in this bag? Did you put me there last night? Well, Tiffany, yes. Oh, okay, well,
I guess that makes sense though.
I thought that with Mindy there, you would be feeling okay about it.
Would that make you feel more comfortable? Love you, ENTP, if Tiffany typed you. Okay, first question. How many different ways can you think of for me to get almond milk? Can you think of more than one way? One way I know of, I can get an almond cow, I can kill it, and drink its almond milk. I can only think of one way. Can you help me think of more ways?
What's the one way, Tiffany?
You got to kill an almond cow, of course.
Oh.
You got to hunt for almond cow. Look, I don't know what happened to my clothes either, Dallas, okay? I had clothes on this morning, I walk out of the house, I was like, next thing I know is I was like, where did my clothes go? I spend so much money on clothes. You would not believe it. Or I would if I bought them anyway. Okay, Clubby and TP. Okay. That's gay. This fucking guy. Would you rather be typed by Perry? I get Perry.
Oh, Perry is with the kids too. Ooh.
Hi there. Hi, I'm Perry. I'm a little translucent because he's got the green screen on. I'm Tiffany's boyfriend. I know she could be a little bit of trouble sometimes. I'm sorry for that, but so can you maybe tell me? Anyway, my name's Perry, not Fishman, just so you know. Can you think of some reasons why Tiffany and I might be a good couple together? Can you think of that? Can you give me some good reasons why I can tell Tiffany that we're a good match? I'm Perry. Remember, Tiffany? You kind of broke my heart. Anyway, I'm a regular guy. My name's Perry, but I kind of look like I've got a fish hands, but you know, I've got feelings too. Okay, I've got feelings too.
Didn't Tiffany say that you're her boyfriend?
Apparently I am. It was a conversation I'd long wanted to have with Tiffany, but she keeps forgetting. She gets up every morning and says, "Yeah, what are you? Why are you all green and slimy?" I say, "It's me, it's Perry, Tiffany. It's Perry." So, Clubby ENTP, can you provide me different possible reasons why Tiffany and I might make a great couple? My name's Perry. It's a good any question for you. Go ahead.
I don't know. I mean, the only thing the counselor would possibly say is Tiffany's a drunk. I would imagine. Let's do some more any tests at Club ENTP.
Yeah.
Quack. Could you articulate possible reasons why I might someday be awarded the Nobel Prize in Peace? The Nobel Prize for Peace. My name's Duck Girl. Quack. Why might they give me the Nobel Peace Prize? Can you think of some possible reasons? Can you come up with some stories as to how it came to be that a lonely duck girl like me grew to earn a Nobel Peace Prize? Quack, can you? How else can we test it any? Hey, listen. My name's Randall, but, there's this crazy girl here named Tiffany, and she thinks I'm a horse, and she calls me Kevin. And I was wondering if I could access your extroverted intuition to possibly articulate some ways in which I can get this insane girl to leave me alone. She tries to get me hay, oranges. She says horses need a lot of lemons for some reason. And I don't even like citrus fruit. And I don't have scurvy, just in case you were wondering. Anyway, any help you might have would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Randall, out. All right. Oh, yeah. Look at me. Hey, guys, I'm Devin. Look what I can do. Yeah. Oh, Devin, you so cray.
Oh, I love our kids.
So, they're from Savers, same thing. So let's check the chat here. So there aren't any answers to any of the questions. We asked a bunch of any questions there. Can you come up with reasons for this, reasons for that?
Yeah, they were really asking you.
There's not even an attempt to answer any of the questions. There's no riffing off of each other, at all. He had nothing to say. Yeah, hi Mindy.
Hi. What's going on?
Do you have a question for Club ENTP? Do you want to know whether or not you should get plastic surgery to repair your disfigurement?
Yeah, I've kind of gotten used to it, Like, I try to stay positive about everything, so there's some reason why my nose got burned off the way it did. But if you were me, what would you do? Would you get plastic surgery? Or would you just accept it and move on?
Do tell. Do tell Club ENTP. Mindy wants to know. Mindy wants your advice.
Club ENTP, it'd be nice if you could help us out here. Because as a parent, I think she should just accept it, but I do understand that it's also a medical issue too. It is burned. I think she looks beautiful just the way she is.
Do you know that Tiffany asked me yesterday if I had poop on my nose?
Yeah, she asked me if I had poop on my nose. And I was like, Tiffany, you were there.
All that's right. The fire. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You fell in the fire that time.
I did fall in the fire.
Eric was like, Mindy!
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Luckily,
funny. Oh my god, that was horrible though. But it was okay. You were fine.
Yeah. I am fine.
So, I mean, like, why aren't you answering any of the questions the Club ENTP is to, like, what should, like Jake Forrest. What are some of the reasons why Duck Girl, tell a story about why it is that Duck Girl might win the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yes. Why would Duck Girl, some reasons for why she would win the Nobel Peace Prize.
Some different ones. Some like, meh, or meh, or meh, or meh, or meh, like that. Yes, Mindy? Yeah, probably we could. I gave you 4 reasons. You already gave me 4 reasons. 4, because you're a nobility and all nobles get a Nobel Peace Prize when they reach the age of 18, so you deserve a Nobel Peace Prize. 3, when you piss, it's not piss, it's peace, therefore you deserve a Peace Prize. 2, every time someone sees your beautiful face, they immediately experience inner peace, therefore you deserve a Nobel Peace Prize. 1, when you I got that last one. I read that last one, but I didn't notice the Nobel Peace Prize. Okay, thank you, Jake Forrest. You already beat me to the punch. In fact, you proved what I was trying to get at, which is an actual ENTP would jump at the opportunity to do exactly what he was asked to do.
You did a great job.
To prove, yeah, you know. I have suggested it many times, Eliana. He won't do it. I have suggested it many times. So, oh my God. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, well, why don't you do the other one I suggested, which was 4 reasons why Perry and Tiffany are a good couple. And look at Jake Forrest as an example. Oh, is it on? They didn't show up on my bad. My bad, I might have missed them. Let's see. I don't see any responses like Jake Forrest at all. But like Jake Forrest actually does answer the question, right? You see what I'm saying? So you do it for Fishman and
Tiffany. Yeah, why are Fishman and
Tiffany a good couple? You come up with some
yeah.
with good, interesting reasons why. Why it turns out they're a good couple. In the same way that Jake Forrest did. Model your answers after Jake Forrest's.
Dollars, I'm sorry, I always do that. I don't know why my brain does that. So she has a drinking problem and she drinks like a fish. You are not wrong, my friend.
Okay, but she's not 2 years old. She's in her 20s though. And that one's like offensive or something. No, those are not NE style answers, right, Fly Guy? You did come up with multiple NI style answers. But the question, but those aren't even NI style answers. The question is, what you're supposed to. I mean, that's the point, right? When I asked Jake Forrest reasons why Duck Girl was going to win the Nobel Peace Prize, it has nothing to do with Duck Girl at all, right? He wrote 4 because she's nobility, and all nobles get a Nobel Peace Prize when they reach the age of 18, so she deserves one. 3, when she pisses, it's not piss, it's peace. Therefore, you deserve a Nobel Peace Prize. 2, every time someone sees your beautiful face, they immediately experience inner peace. Therefore, you deserve a Nobel Peace Prize. 1, when you bitch slap Tiffany and she shut up for 1 second, the world was at peace for 1 second. Therefore, you deserve a Nobel Peace Prize. Okay, so those are all things about Duck Girl. That has nothing to do with Duck Girl. Just possible things. Now, what you said was one reason you said because Tiffany's a child and Perry's the child predator. Okay, that's just like being, I guess, shocky, not getting the boundaries of shocky versus edgy, I guess. But the point is, come up with many different reasons. Yeah, it is creepy what you said. I agree. And that's disturbing. And we'll go ahead and remove it. Yeah, what you said was creepy. And is suggestive of something creepy. I agree. There's nothing creepy about a character, Tiffany, who's in her mid-20s, going out with a human being who looks like a fish man. Okay? Right? So, try not to be creepy.
Yeah, those are my real kids, by the way. I keep on drinking from yours.
You're the one who pointed out that making it about child predators made it creepy. So, you were right about that. And that's the comment I removed.
Well, it looks like Jonathan Basanti has some TI. Least favorite child? That's some FI.
Okay, so there's nothing. There's nothing here, Club ENTP. So, okay. Here's some possible reasons why they make a good couple. Because it turns out that the fishman's sliminess, it functions as a good lotion to keep Tiffany's skin young. 2, it turns out they share a love of lagoon-like areas.
Yeah.
3, Perry will always be comfortable being the designated driver while Tiffany's out drinking. 4, Perry, it turns out, is an excellent listener and can resolve Tiffany's problems despite the fact that she's almost unintelligible to anybody else. 5, that Tiffany is colorblind and she thinks everything's green anyway, so the fact that he's green, she knows but doesn't really think is distinct. 6,
Perry's...
But you're not, though, Club ENTP. You say you can, but you're not. Do you see what Jake did? He quickly had typed in 4 substantial paragraphs of interesting, divergent, different explanations, right? You see what I did? I quickly pounded out a bunch of different explanations. You say you can, but you choose not to. You say you can pass these tests, but you choose not to join me in Google Meet right now, even though I offered to let it occur. And you say, if you want me on your show, you'll do it under your terms. That's all I have. The character of Tiffany is somebody who used to be in college, still thinks she's in a sorority, but got kicked out a couple of years ago.
Yes.
And doesn't understand at all what's going on. And that's just how it is.
And she only seems like she's younger because she's so small compared to us.
Right, but actually she's pretty badass, you know?
She's badass.
So if you want to make it weird, that's reflective of you, not me, not what I'm doing, you know? It's not reflective of the concept, it's not reflective of the dolls, it's not reflective of anything except your weirdness. So, you know.
You don't have to follow the doll show.
You don't have, then you shouldn't be casting judgment on it, should you? Then you shouldn't be calling it weird or creepy, should you? If you're unwilling to view it at all, maybe you shouldn't have any opinion about it.
Oh my gosh, I cannot.
What an asswipe. What a complete asswipe you are. Can you please just knock it off? I don't give a fuck what type you are. But if you want to establish it, then do the basic thing that's being offered to you for free. Or don't. But don't come around here and pretend like it's controversial or something. Because that just makes you ridiculous. Alright. So you don't want to test, I'm assuming, correct? Can you tell me who my father's sister's kid is? Real quick, ENTP. My father's sister's daughter. What's my father's sister's daughter in relation to me? Go. What's my father's sister's daughter? Quick. No, I'm not going to watch your stupid show. I don't want to. I've got things to do, obviously. I've got like, there's a billion things that would be enjoyable to watch that I could watch. Okay, good. You got it. I don't know why. Good for you.
That's a good word, asshat. I like that.
Okay, so if you want to... I don't comment on your channel, shit for brains, did I? Did I leave any comment on your channel? I might have left one time. But I don't think I have in a while. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't watch or comment on your channel. I have been busily talking about interesting things since last I heard from you. I do not comment on your channel all the time. What are you talking about? That's complete insanity. As far as I know, I've never commented on your channel, but if I did, it was a long time ago. Okay, can you point to one of them? Can you quote one of them? Because I certainly don't remember. Oh, you mean talking about you on the channel? Oh, well, I do talk about you. That's true. But, look. You're here. And you say stupid shit. You know? And you try to create drama. I did talk about you briefly. And then I moved on to talking about other things. And now you're back to make sure I talk about you some more, right? Well, no. I'm not going to, so too bad. Yeah, I mean, I watched a little bit of one of the videos recently where you attributed to me a bunch of bullshit. I watched that one. And I made a video about it, but I didn't comment on your video, I don't think.
I was just thinking about Wendy's Club doing a David Lynch scene.
It's true, Jake Forrest. People do tend to get obsessed with me.
Yeah.
No, I did watch the video I made a video about. I did. I might discuss you around here on a live stream with people who've seen things I haven't seen. But when I made a video response, I did watch that. I did watch that video.
Yeah, like, don't you see her as, like, oh my god, what's her name? Oh, I'm drawing a brain fart, but,
Laura Dern.
no, not Laura Dern, the Isabella Rossellini? Oh my god, like, why do you have, like, that mask on? Like, can't you breathe without it?
I wasn't responding to you in general. I was responding to what you said in a specific video. So why would I need to watch anything other than that video to respond to it? I mean, just think for a second, right?
I'm a grown woman and I cannot wear something new without getting stuff all over it.
You know, I mean, just think about it for a second, right? It's like, I responded to a specific video in which you said specific things, and you're asking me how many of your 52 videos have you seen? Not very many. The little bit I have watched, I haven't liked.
Exactly, Jake Forrest. I'm too retarded to assemble.
No, listen to me. I have indicated to you that the little bit of your show that I tried to watch after I got interested in you briefly it had this laugh track. I could basically tell I didn't think it was funny, but the laugh track made it worse. It was literally, I couldn't continue watching it for very long because it was painful. I've watched little bits of your videos here and there, and I have little bits of opinions about them. But by and large, my opinion is, when you're not here being annoying, I'm not thinking about you, or commenting on you, or talking about you. Okay, I've got other things to do. Yeah, it was painful. I mean, I find bad humor painful. I find it makes me cringe, and it makes me feel uncomfortable, and I don't like it. And that's my subjective response to it, okay? It's just how it is.
And I can back that up too. We both watched it, and it was not easy.
We weren't trying to dislike it.
No.
I expected you to be an ENTP. I was expecting to be pleasantly surprised or something. Maybe even a little hatery, you know? I did not expect it to be what I perceived as terrible. But I nevertheless perceived it that way. And you've compelled me to make this abundantly clear. You take no hints, you know? That's how I experienced it. I didn't go into it biased against it. I went into it biased in favor of it. It's true. Rachel and I sat here and watched it together, and we were just like, that's the truth. I don't know what to tell you. You can't blame me for my taste in media. We still have big problems in Little China.
We still have big problems in Little China.
Which is, I have been out of cigarettes for like most of this whole time.
No way!
Anyway.
We definitely have to go and get you some more cigarettes.
It's like, I normally wouldn't ever be so harsh on someone's media, except you're presenting it as though I'm threatened by it or something. But I am not at all threatened by your media, even remotely. And that's just the truth.
And like, I was watching it with Eric not to like judge it really, just to see what kind of content is on the channel. And like, even if Eric weren't there, I don't think I would have watched it for very long. I couldn't watch it for very long because I didn't. It just felt like a shtick, you know, like it didn't leave a good taste in my mouth. It just wasn't funny. I hate saying that because it sounds mean, but like.
I'm not putting you down because I'm going out of my way to put you down. You're positioning me such that I am compelled to tell you the truth because you're misrepresenting things. Is that clear? I don't go around looking for shitty stuff to shit on. You'll notice, right? I don't go around the internet finding stuff I don't like to shit on. Some people do that, but I don't do that, right? I'm busy making my own stuff, whatever. I know it's probably not comfortable or pleasant to hear such a harsh truth about my reaction to your media. But that is how I react to it. And it's my legitimate reaction based on the fact that, in my opinion, you're making poor artistic choices. Now, you may disagree with me about that, and that's totally fine. But, please don't accuse me of lying about this. I actually react to it that way. Okay, Club ENTP, that is incorrect. I have mostly not been talking about you at all. I have offered my opinion about your stuff on a few occasions, but it is not correct that I'm on some sort of attacking Club ENTP rampage. Not true. If we look at my videos, let's do this right now so we can look at them. Okay? And then you will see that you are wrong. Okay? You're wrong. I want you to understand the word wrong. Because wrong is a word you have trouble with. Wrong is a word that gives you a lot of trouble. Now, let's see if I've been attacking ever since you were on my show, right? Let's find out what exactly Eric's been up to. See, I've got God Bless America, this live stream, The Great Flavor of Donahue's Chicken, The Fine Art of Looking Through Records, A Needlepoint Moment, Does God Still Love Me? The Story of a Woman Who Slept with Vishnu, a video on how to scroll panoramas using OBS, I'm a Little Cutie, A Rad Ashtray, No Thanks Gas Pumper, Such a Cool Painting, Behind Kicking Lamp, It's So Huge, talking about the statue of a sarcophagus, A Hard Hat, Cowboy Hat, Most Dirty Sounding Game, This I'm Rich, I'm Best, these are all shorts. Then I have a live stream in which I'm mostly fucking around with music stuff. Then I have a video on doctors Romani and Carter and their frame blindness and addressing narcissism. Then I've got a video on these mystery purple spots that appear in my driveway. Then I've got the last video I made on defensible typology notes regarding personality and medicality frames. Then I have the purple dots first one. Then I have a video of my funny pictures that I took from Shanghai many years ago. Then another live stream. Then deciding my hairstyle. Then a song in which I'm dissing Karma's Pimp and Jeff Shaw with no mention of you whatsoever. Then Mom's haircut video, haircuts for Rachel and Delilah. A music video with my crayfish dancing time-lapse style. Then another conflict thing, drama thing with Karma's Pimp, okay? Then another haircut thing. Then a Mindy's Club trailer and song I made. Then me and Rachel playing the game Life versus the Chat. Then local news stream 2022, which is mostly about Bobby, okay? And then 6 days ago, after all of those videos, then we have Club ENTP Nutshells, which is me
noticing something funny Jeremiah Fix said, which is, Club ENTP is like pissing up a rope and yelling at it when the floor gets wet. Then I have a defensible typology video, TI versus NI questions, Jack's TikTok question, in other words, people who aren't you, then you again, okay? Then something that's about CJ basically, then a random stream, then something that's about Michelle's mom's face, a typing session, whether or not we have an unhealthy dynamic, which was suggested by I don't remember whom, but it pissed me off. And whether or not this is Jeff Shaw shit, so it's Jeff Shaw drama. All of this stuff is Jeff Shaw drama. How to captivate a narcissist boat of lies, Jeff Shaw drama. Then a kitty named Blade. You might come up here again. I don't know, in Typology Local News. You might come up here. But the idea that I'm fixated on you somehow, since you've been on my show, is counterfactual. Look at my videos. Look how little I'm thinking about you. I don't doubt that there was a stretch of time where you occupied my attention. Club ENTP, it is not impossible to make a big fuss and get my attention for a week. It's happened many times by many different people over the course of the many years I've been doing this. You're not special. Get over yourself. Okay? I've had people dominate my attention for much longer than you have, and with much more success than you have, attempting an equivalent kind of thing. So get the fuck over yourself. Go back 5 weeks. So you're saying 5 weeks ago I spent a couple of days on you? Congratulations. This week I spent a couple of days on Karma's Pimp. So, sometimes I yell at people. Fairly frequently. As you can see, this week I got Karma's Pimp on my shit list. So, it happens. Congratulations, you made it onto my shit list. Ooh, you're special. No, you're not. That happens all the time. I don't doubt that you can find multiple examples of me referencing you over the last 4 or 5 weeks. Note that I certainly wasn't talking about you today until you showed up and insisted you make yourself the subject of conversation. Might want to point that out, right? It's not like I would like to be talking about you. It's that you are an SE Dom probably, so you know how to make some impact and cause me to react to you in some extent, you know. If you just continue to be boring like this, though, I will eventually ban you.
You're like the guy that we saw on Naked and Afraid. This Portuguese guy who, when he goes hunting, he just points and shoots. He like...
Because the important thing is to just see your target, know you're going to shoot at it, and just pull your gun, you pull your bow and arrow and shoot it.
Yeah. Which I wouldn't give that advice to everyone. I would say make sure you have the target for sure before making the shot.
Right. You didn't think through your narratives very carefully, Club ENTP. Club ENTP, I never said I don't ban people. If you become a toxic presence, that is to say, you end up dominating the conversation too much, making it about you, about trying to misrepresent me and the way things are, and look, this whole ENTPs don't mean. You seem to think I identify as an ENTP first or something. I'm fucking Eric, okay? I am best described by the personality type ENTP, true. You can explain a lot of things about me by using our understanding of cognitive functions, true.
But I don't identify as an ENTP first. It's like it's a description of me that's accurate, but I don't like fitting into boxes. You know? I find it unfortunate that I'm an example of a type. I'd like to be entirely unique. You might say, well, that's why you're rejecting me. But no, because you don't act like one. Like Jake Forrest acts like one, right? Jake Forrest did what an actual ENTP does when posed with the question I posed. He just pounds out 4 fucking disparate, interesting, kind of clever answers. Bam, 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 bam. And they're all well written, and they're not weirdly capitalized, and they got, you know. But, I mean, that's just a behavioral correlate, so. Whatever, dude. You're just stop. You're boring. That's what it boils down to. Just stop being boring. Yeah, whatever. Well, I mean, if you only hang around idiots, I guess, then you'd be surprised when smart people find you boring. I mean, it's like this whole drama thing you've created is kind of interesting, but engaging with you is boring, right? Because you're not willing to do your half of the conversation. I'm willing to say, okay, well, let's check it out. And it's like, you know, you're not interested in being part of a dialogue. You're interested in controlling the frame exclusively. So
It's true.
it's just like, no, you totally lack justification, power, leverage, reason, cause to control the frame. Well, when I said I'm a much better artist than you, I guess I was concluding that based on your incredibly poor artistic choices on your comedy stuff. I thought, from my perspective, incredibly poor artistic choices. I have listened to 1 or 2 of your songs. I found them uninspired, lacking in a concrete identity, which is a risk that can happen when you're really prolific in generating material. I mean, it's a risk I run afoul of sometimes too. I don't think you're as aware of it as I am. But I need to listen to more of your songs. I mean, I agree with you that to pass judgment on your music, I need to listen to a lot more of your stuff. And I haven't done so. So I'm not really commenting on your music. I just listen to 1 or 2 things, like partway through. What I was commenting on when I said I'm a better artist was based on your poor decision making regarding your comedy stuff. I mean, I don't need to watch more than about 5 minutes of you flailing around there trying to make jokes that aren't funny with a laugh track to know that this is awful. Sorry. It's just how it is. If the world were just, maybe everybody would give everything more of a chance. But I trust my instincts and my intuition, and I gave it more of a chance than I would have if I had encountered it on TV, you know? And sorry, but you're not going to make me suffer for very long giving you a chance. If you're not just failing in a boring way, but you're failing in a way that's making me cringe, I don't have a lot of tolerance for that. So, that's just how it is, sorry. Yeah, it is responsible. I'm telling you, that's my impression. And look, no good artist would make such an egregious mistake. Okay? As to be... I mean, I make some mistakes, don't get me wrong. right? But I've watched enough of you and seen nothing that's impressed me. Okay? So I also chatted with you in your own environment for an hour, and that's my opinion of you. Okay? I guess it would be more responsible of me to say, this doesn't include his music. I'm talking about your YouTube channel, okay? I don't like what you're doing with your YouTube channel. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's good art, right? The thing is, I know it's frustrating when you put a lot of time and energy into making stuff and you're not getting the love you want, you know? I'm right with you there. As somebody who makes a lot of stuff, I sometimes feel that frustration as well. No, that's not true, Club ENTP. I did not rush through just to find something to complain about. When I first watched your channel, because I was interested because I found out you were my age, Rachel and I watched with hopeful anticipation. We were excited to see it. We were looking forward to it. Club ENTP, if you really think I'm a hater, you are lying to yourself. Rachel and I went into it hoping it was going to be good, expecting it to be good. We didn't like it. We found it cringy. We found it bad.
We were actually baffled.
Yeah.
We were looking at each other and like, okay, so some things look...
This guy's not an ENTP.
Yeah,
I don't think this guy's an ENTP.
Yeah.
And we struggled with it. It's like...
We did struggle with it.
This guy's so nice, I don't want to have to tell him this.
Yeah.
You know, now you've said since forth that you were lying. You never were actually nice. You were just faking it. And so you fooled me there. And
fooled me too.
Congratulations for fooling me. But regardless, we really didn't want to. We didn't like that job. You know, we felt bad about it.
Yeah.
It was
right
just
away
that,
we felt bad.
It's just that in the aftermath of that, you've been so inauthentic in your engagement that it's been impossible to engage you authentically. I mean, it is true that you're going to get haters no matter what, okay? But you're also going to get genuine people who don't like your stuff, not because they're haters, but because they just don't like it.
Yeah.
You know? And in general, I'm not somebody who's a huge fan of other ENTP stuff. I'm more of a fan of NI stuff than NE stuff, you know? So, to the extent that you were reflecting a lot of extroverted intuition, I still wouldn't probably be a huge fan of it. Right? What I'm saying is, my lack of enjoyment of your media is authentic. It's not, I'm not being a hater. Okay? I don't know what to tell you. Okay. Sure. Hold on.
be looking at his stuff.
He wants me to go to his channel so he can see how many of his videos I've watched.
Okay.
Now, the funny thing is, of course, note the contradiction implicit here, right? On the one hand, he's saying, it's unfair of me to comment on him as an artist because I haven't watched any of his videos, right? But now, when I'm pointing out that I don't like his videos, that's why I don't watch them, he's saying, you're lying, you watch all my videos.
No, actually, that's not true.
I am subscribed. If that's any consolation. So let's look at your videos. I've watched this one, this much of this one. Can you guys all see this? Oh no, let me open up the window here. Alright, here's his channel. So, I've watched this much of this one. I've watched a little bit of this. Okay, let's scroll down. I've watched this one. I think Rachel watched this one. I didn't watch this actually.
I didn't watch that.
Oh. Well.
I watched one where you started it off with being Jack Sparrow.
Huh. Maybe I watched that 2 months ago. This one got watched some of. This one got a little teeny bit at the beginning watched. Oh, this is probably the one we gave a good chance to it. Look at that. We gave a good chance to it.
Yep.
And I watched a little bit of this music video, a little bit of this music, about half of that music video. A little bit of this music video. Oh, this one here. I watched all of this one. So I gave you a pretty good chance, ultimately. I gave you more of a chance than I would normally give something that I don't like. You know? But you know, you're just being disingenuous throughout everything you say. Okay, so which is it, Clubby ENTP? Are you complaining that are you, cause a second ago you were saying that, no, I'm lying, I'm binging on your videos. Yeah, you're just boring.
BRB, I'm just going to the bathroom. Oh, Capillo.
Okay, anyway, I'm gonna end this live stream because I want to do other things. Okay, that was speculation, right? But the thing is, the point is, regardless of whether, if I'm not watching your videos, then it's a problem because I'm judging on too little data. If I am watching your videos, then see, secretly I'm binging because secretly I like you or something. Okay, you're just determined to frame me badly no matter what, right? So we can dismiss it. Alright, anyway, Club ENTP, I didn't find it particularly fun, but you know, you do you. Alright, have a nice day, everybody. Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese.